Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. We'll start now.
Yes, Prabhu, we'll go.
Okay.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Welcome
Hare
all
Krishna.
devotees. Welcome all devotees for this journey of self-discovery course. Session 6 today will be the concluding session, and we will be covering the practical spirituality, the practical application of Bhagavad Gita in our daily life. So we will not waste our time. We will directly invite His Grace Sivaguna Krishna Prabhu for this wonderful session by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times all together. Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare.
Rama.
Hare Krishna, Shivana Prabhu, you
Yes,
can take over now.
yes. Hare Krishna. So I think I am audible. Screen is coming. I think you are able to see the screen also.
Yes,
so today
Prabhu,
will be the yes, Prabhu. So today will be the last session of our journey of self-discovery. So welcome all the devotees for this program, the concluding session of Journey of Self-Discovery course. Today we will be seeing on the topic practical spirituality. So whatever we learned all these 5 sessions, how we are going to apply those things in our day-to-day life so that we get peace, happiness, and also we get connected to the Lord. So that's what we are going to say in modern day. How can we connect spiritual life? How can we practice spiritual life? What are the practical hints? So I think this is a very important session because by understanding this session, we'll make a big change in our life in a positive way. Hare Krishna. So before starting the class, we will chant the auspicious prayers for everyone's benefit and for the blessings of the Lord. And then we will start the class. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapatakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Desatarine Mugam Karoti Vachalam Pangun Langete Girim Yetkripa Tamamande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshta Uttara Srimati Jayapataka Swami Namaachara Padaya Hare Om Hare Krishna. So Hare Krishna. So once again, welcoming all the devotees for this final session of Journey of Self-Discovery, Essence of Bhagavad Gita. So practical spirituality. So let us go into this class. So practical application of Bhagavad Gita in our daily life. So how can we apply the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita in our practical life? So from the day one, we have been discussing many topics. We were first discussing on search for happiness, how our generally we are seeking for happiness in whatever things we do. So happiness is our quest as a living being. In every activity we do, we always seek for happiness. So in the search for happiness, we found out there are a lot of miseries in this material world. So why do we, then we investigated like why there is so many material miseries, what is our real identity? Then we understood there is a creator in this creation, and we are the part of him called spirit souls, the living force within this body. So by understanding that, how is my relation with the Supreme Lord or the God? And what is my relationship with him? And what is my duty to be performed towards him in order so that I re-establish my relationship with him and experience happiness and peace in this world. So we discovered that we are not this temporary body, but we are spirit soul. We are spirit soul. Our identity is, I am not this body, but I am spirit soul. That's why we saw, when we say body, we say my body. We don't say it as I body. So I is different from mind. So our identity is, we are spirit soul. We are not this material body, and spirit soul is eternal. So it does not annihilate with this body. In fact, one of the point why spiritual life is very important is this material body and material relationship will definitely end in one day. But the spirit soul will live forever, and the God also will live forever. So both are eternal, and our relationships are also eternal. Spiritual life means we are trying to re-establish our relationship with Lord so that we have an eternal life of happiness. So who am I? This is the first basic understanding of Bhagavad Gita is, I am not this body, I am the spirit soul. So if somebody will ask, what is the basic teaching of Bhagavad Gita? Because Bhagavad Gita has 18 chapters and 700 verses. If somebody will ask, what is the basic knowledge of Bhagavad Gita? This is the basic knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Or you can say this is the foundation of Bhagavad Gita. The foundation of Bhagavad Gita is that we are not this material body. We are eternal spirit soul living within this material body. So there's a saying, we already saw that we are not human beings having spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having human experience. So basically we are spiritual in nature and we do not die with this body. So this is our identity. And so when we understood our identity, where did I come from? Okay, I understand I am not this temporary body, but I am spirit soul, eternal living force within this body. So, but where is my source? The source of the soul is the spirit soul who was originally with God, as it is from my true home, spiritual world, and which is full of eternity, bliss, and knowledge. So, we are basically the child of God, children of God. We can say, Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, Mamai Vamso Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana Manasastandriyani Prakriti Stani Karshati. Mamai Amsa means part and parcel. Amsa, we are in this quality, Amsa. So Mamai Amsa, my Amsa, Jiva Loke. In this world, Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta, this living entity, spirit soul, Sanatana, they are eternal. Mamai Vamso Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana Manasasindriyani Prakriti Stani Karshati. This living entity called spirit soul is having 5 sense organs and 1 mind. With these senses and mind, it is struggling in this material world. So it is struggling in this material. Prakriti Stani Karshati. That means, Karshati means struggling. So we are in this material world with these 5 senses, Jnanendriya, and then we are having also 1 mind, the software, by which we are struggling in this material world called struggle for existence. So basically our residence is from spiritual world. So in fact, we can say this is one like with a foreign place. So it is like we are in a transition phase. The earth is not our permanent home. We are in the earth for a certain period of time. Even Jesus Christ said in Bible that this life in this material world is just like you are crossing a bridge. Do not try to stay here in the bridge, but try to cross the bridge. Okay, so we need to cross this bridge of material world and go back to our original home, which is spiritual world. So where I am now, so I am spirit soul. I have come from the spiritual world. I am the part and parcel of God, and I have eternal relationship with Him. But now I am currently staying in this world called material world, Burloka. So in this loka, which is termed according to the Bhagavad Gita, it is Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. A place which is designed in a majority is Dukkhalayam, a place for misery, Dukkhalayam. And Ashashvata means it is temporary in nature. Nothing is permanent. Whatever we live for with our parents sometime, we live with our family sometime, but everything comes for us for a certain time, and everything we work for some time. Okay, and everything is taken away at certain point of time. It is given and it is taken. So it is Ashashvatam. Even though we want everything permanent, we want to live with our family permanently, with our children permanently, with our grandchildren permanently. At one stage of life, everything is taken out. We came empty-handed, we will go empty-handed. We came crying and we will go crying. So that is this nature of this material world. That's how it is designed. Dukkhalayam means it is a place filled of misery. So overall, our life, material life, we can say that our life basically consists of approximately, we can say 70% of misery and 30% of happiness. This 30% of happiness is for us to keep going. So there is a nice saying, they say, in the young age, we have we have good energy and we have good time, but we don't have money to enjoy. Okay, because we are the dependent. And when you are in the youth middle stage, wherein we are working, we have that time money, we have also energy, but we get time because of responsibilities. At the old age, we have energy, we'll have time, we will have also money, but we will not have energy because the body will become weak. So naturally, to enjoy in this material world, it's a very big struggle for existence. We need to face so much challenges just to become happy in this world. But flickering happiness we will get for some time. But overall is a material world which is majority full of miseries. So why am I here now? So why did I come here? A place which is called as Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. Why am I here? Because we were part of God, but I chose to be independent of God. Okay, I said, God, I want your kingdom, but I want without you. So I want to be independent of you because I want to enjoy like you. And thus He created this prison of material world. So this basically, when we say here the word prison, maybe we will not feel happy. Why such a harsh word is used, prison? But material world is for the souls which decided that it does not want to be in the company of God, but it want to be in the kingdom of God. So it's a temporary place where we can rectify our mistake. Okay, so it is put within this we saw it is for a certain purpose. We are in this material world for certain purpose. So the reason why I am here is I want to be independent of God. That's the reason. I want to enjoy independent of God. So as it is same as saying is, We want to enjoy the kingdom of God without God. So material world is called as Prakriti, because we discussed already that Bhagavad Gita basically talks about 5 important topics. That is Ishvara, about God; Jiva, about the soul; Prakriti, about the nature, which is material world and spiritual world; and Kala, which is time factor; and Karma, which is activities, action and reaction. So why we are in this prison house is basically for the punishment. Why it is we are giving punishment? Because we want to be independent of the Lord. That punishment in how it is given, delivered to us, is in the form of birth, death, old age, and disease. So these are the things which we are experiencing. Birth is a painful affair. Death is a painful affair. Old age definitely is a painful affair. And any disease if you get, definitely it's a painful affair. Nobody can say these are all very pleasurable experience. So when we experience pain, that is part of punishment. And apart from that, there are threefold miseries also. We saw Adhyatmika Klesha, misery due to one's own body and mind. We saw Adhibhautika Klesha, misery due to other living entities, and Adi Devika. So whatever we see in today's presentation is a summary of whatever we saw in the previous 5 sessions. So we will not get nothing new here, but we will see the overall summary what you have learned and how we can escape from this material world and reach how we can implement spiritual life in our day-to-day life. So these 3 miseries are there. So these are all giving us pain in this material world. Even though we are looking for pleasure, these are all giving pain. So the pain is inflicted upon us so that we get purified. The punishment is given for the person in the jail to get purified. Once he gets purified, or he feels morose of his mistake, he is released from the prison. So ours is not here is an eternal home. Once we are able to purify our heart with all the anarthas or impurities, then we will be liberated from this dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So that is what Purushartha, they say. Our scriptures are designed so in a way like there are like 4 important goals. Dharma means you live in a life of dharma, righteous living. Will not go in a wrong way. Dharma, by living in a righteous way and working in a right way, you get artha. Artha means wealth. So you get proper wealth out of your dharma. After you get wealth, what you will do? Dharma, artha, kama. Kama means enjoyment. Okay, you indulge in enjoyment. After you earn certain wealth, you start enjoying. Dharma, artha, kama. Then once you are fed up with your kama, then you are looking for moksha, liberation from this material world. And here we are going to talk about the 5th goal of human life, which is called as love of God. Prema. Prema is the ultimate goal of the 5th goal, which is very confidential, explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha, prema. So purification, what we are supposed to purify? What is that I am contaminated here? The contaminations are basically in our heart. It is not in our body, it is in our heart or in the subtle body through the form of kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. Lust, anger, envy, pride, and illusion. So lust means trying to enjoy God's property without God. Lust. So that is a basic thing which has brought us to the material world. Lust. Kamam. So kamam does not only mean sexual desire. Kamam also means that trying to enjoy the Lord's property without Lord. You can enjoy, but with the Lord. So lust. When the lust is not satisfied, what happens? Its brother will come. That anger will come. When lust is not satisfied, anger will come. When lust is satisfied, then you want to enjoy more and more. Then greed will come. So when not satisfied, it will change into anger. Or when somebody will put impediment to your lust, then anger will come. And when, if at all you get a chance to enjoy, then you want to enjoy more and more. You're like a drunkard. He never satisfied. He always drinks. A smoker never smokes. Whatever habit we have, it keeps on increasing. Like if we earn 10 lakhs, then next year we want to go earn 20 lakhs. Then we want 50 lakhs. Then we want 1 million. Like that. So we need to see the lust, when satisfied, becomes greed, and when not satisfied, become anger. And if somebody else is enjoying what we want to enjoy, then what happens? Envy or jealousness come. What I want to enjoy, but somebody else is enjoying, then envy comes. Then because of this, all these things, something called ignorance, like we forget our real identity. With that ignorance that we are spirit soul. And when we keep on enjoying such a way, we normally think that I have so much wealth, I have so much, prestige, the pride naturally sets in when we keep enjoying this material world in highest extent. So these are called the impurities: lust, anger, envy, pride, and illusion. Illusion, or otherwise called as ignorance. So in Sanskrit, it is called as kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. So as a spiritual life is not for comparing anything else. Spiritual life is purely meant for our own self-purification. Why we are adopting this spiritual life is for our own purification. Once we get purified, we will experience real happiness. Because our first session, we were talking about happiness, search for happiness. That happiness we will experience when we are getting purified. Example, like if you have like 39 degrees of temperature, like we have high temperature, and somebody will give us a very tasty gulab jamun. Definitely you will can take gulab jamun, but you cannot feel the taste because you are afflicted with high fever. But when you are getting treated and you are getting healthy, normal, then you can enjoy the real taste. So even though we are experiencing a minor percentage of happiness, because we are having this disease of kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, the quality of our happiness is actually contaminated and it is not pure. So it is called a low grade happiness, what we are enjoying now. But once we get purified, we can have a high grade happiness, which will give us very kind of, you can say the degree of happiness will be higher, and it will be very much, you don't want to leave that path anymore. That is called spiritual life. And for when we are in the material world, we discussed that anybody goes to the prison, his costume is changed, his dress is changed. So we saw there are 8,400,000 species of life. That means there are different dresses. According to the karma, we can take any kind of dress. Jalaja Navalakhani, Stavara Laksha Vimshati, Krimayo Rudra Shankya, Pakshinam, Dashalakshana, Trimsha Lakshani Pasava, and Chatur Lakshani Manaha. So there are like aquatics, birds, beasts, and mammals, reptiles, trees, and then finally it comes to human beings. So every body is a costume. So the spirit soul will take any one kind of costume based on their karmic action and reaction. So our one single life is not the end. We keep on taking bodies again and again based on our action and reaction. And there are chains. Like in the prison house, there are bars, prison bar. Here there is no prison bar, but there are chains. What are the chains? We saw there are 3 gunas: Satoguna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. Somebody is bound by Satoguna, somebody is bound by Rajoguna, and somebody is bound by Tamoguna. Satoguna means mode of goodness, Rajoguna means mode of passion, and Tamoguna means mode of ignorance. So Sattva-guna is very conducive to spiritual life. So if at all we want to take spiritual life, we have to come to Sattva-guna first. That's very important. From Rajoguna and Tamoguna, it's very difficult to follow, practice spiritual life. So why do I get different active bodies? We saw Jalaja, Navalakani, Stavara, Lakshya, Krimiyo, Rudra, Shankya. We get different bodies based on our action and reaction. When we do, then we saw there are 3 kinds of activities, like karma, we say, which is acting like good action. You will naturally get good reaction. Pious activity and pious result you will get. By that, you will enjoy a higher grade of body, either maybe in the higher planetary system, or as a human, you will get Janma Aishwarya Shutra Shrivi, means high parentage, birth, or good education, good wealth, and good health. So those things come from our previous birth also. So when you do good action, good reaction naturally comes for us. But when you do bad action, vikarma, then bad reaction will come. That means sinful reactions by which we need to suffer. By one karma, we can enjoy in this material world. But by second vikarma, we will be suffering in this material world due to painful reactions. But there is another kind of activity called akarma. Akarma means you do the activity, but you will not get any reaction. Akarma is basically spiritual activities. When you do engage in spiritual activities, you don't get any reaction, but you are developed spiritually. So these are the things. You will get spiritual body by doing akarma. Karma and vikarma, you will get material bodies. So now somebody can ask a question, because we all hear from our scripture that we take 7 births. But according to the actual Bhagavat Gita, how many births we will take? So there are no count like how many births we will take. Till we get out of the cycle of birth and death, millions of life we have lived here. It's not the first life we are living here. We are living here for millions of lifetimes. Millions of good and bad things we have done. We have done good things also. We have done bad things also. Like we have done in this life. We have done some good things. We have helped somebody. Sometimes we are engaging bad things also. So millions of reactions are in store for us. So the reactions are called as Sanchita Karma. Sanchita Karma means stored karma. Prarabdha Karma. Prarabdha means the karma which you are experiencing now in the form of diseases, in the form of painful reactions, the sufferings we are, the Prarabdha Karma. Sanchita Karma means stored karma, which is already in the store but not delivered to us so far. But it will be delivered in this lifetime or the future lifetime. So we will be going in the cycle of birth and death. Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani, Jatare Sayanam. We keep on going in this loop endlessly till we are connecting to God and going back to the kingdom of God. Till that we will rotate here. So basically that is what we have to understand. It is not like we are only going to live for 7 birth or 7 lifetimes. No, we are going to live here for endless time unless we take up akarma very sincerely and seriously in our life. So what should I do now? Okay, now I understood about karma. I understood about material world. I understood about spiritual world. Then I understood that I am a jivatma. I am a soul, part and parcel of God. So I don't want to take birth again in this material world because this world is having a lot of problems. So what should I do? So what should I do now? This is a basic question we will all ask because now we have come to the practical question, practical part of implementing spiritual life in our day-to-day life. So what should I do now? So let us see what we are supposed to do. So we said already human life is like a train junction. Now we are in a junction place. Now we are as a human being, we are different from animals. Because animals know only 4 things. Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya, Maitunam cha. Eating, mating, sleeping and defending. These are the 4 things animals are constantly engaged. Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya, Maitunam cha. But Samane etit pasubir naranam. It is equal to humans and animals. Dharmo hitesham ariko vishesho. Dharmena hina pasubir samanam. The dharma is a special privilege given to human being by as a gift of God. Higher intelligence. Using that higher intelligence, we can specifically have the potential to inquire about God. A, for ability to inquire about God, the creator of this universe. And the quality of our happiness can be improved better than animals. And we can have taken certain choices in our life that I am going to live like this in my life. And by the choice, we can have the determination to live in that same place. So determination. So these are the special things as a human being we have. We have ability to inquire, A, B, C, D, bliss, choice, and determination, which the animals don't have. Animals never inquire about God. Animals know only happiness only through eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. Animals do not have any choice that I will live like this or I will not live like this. So they live by instincts. And they don't have any kind of specific determination or goal in their life, purpose or meaning. They just take birth, they grow old, they make byproducts, and they die one day without knowing their origin. But we have all these privileges. So now, as a human life, we say, now our choice, what we can choose. You can either become a demigod by doing a lot of pious activities. You can be promoted to higher planetary systems where there is higher grade of happiness better than the earthly planet. Or you can be as a human being, you can come back to this earth, again take the human body, human birth, again work like this, get married and get children and do like that. So that's what we are doing now. So you can go to the higher grade of living as a demigod called Devata. Or you can become a human in the same planet. Or we can go down, depromoted to animal. When we are acting like an animal this life, we will be depromoted as an animal. Or there is a 4th destination, which is called the ultimate destination, a full stop to all our problems, is going back to home, back to Godhead or spiritual world, which is our original home from where we all came by our free will to enjoy independently from God. So we can go there also. So these 4 options are open to us. So we can choose out of 4, which is good. Some people may choose that I want to be better than human. I want to be as a demigod. Somebody will tell, okay, I am happy to be a human. I will be. But I don't care, human or animal, what is the problem? I can be anything, so we can do. But somebody may think, no, let me go back to God. I don't want to come here and suffer again like I am suffering now. So for those people, spiritual life is very, very important and very serious to go back to home, go back to God. So now, if at all we are selecting this, the purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to go back to spiritual world. That's why we are taking this class. That by spiritual life, we are stopping the cycle of birth and death, all the painful things, and we are going back to our eternal home, which is called spiritual world. which is a manifestation of the Lord's internal potency by performing yoga. So the yoga is the keyword. Akarma. Akarma is also called as yoga. So we all know yoga is very famous nowadays. In all the countries, there are yoga studios. Originally, it was originated from Bharata Varsha. But from all the places, this yoga is very famous. And our Prime Minister also declared through UN about International Yoga Day. It became so famous that all the world, they accepted International Yoga Day. So yoga, by the process of yoga, we can go back to home, back to garden. So before going understanding, let us see what is our understanding of yoga and what is the meaning of real yoga. So yoga means basically is a Sanskrit word. Yoga comes from the word yuj. Yuj means, so that is very important to understand. Yoga means to connect. Connect means then immediately two things will be in the picture. Connect means what? To connect what to what. So that is coming. So let us see, to connect what? Because we said yoga means to connect. To connect the soul with God. See here, there are two things. The soul is there and God is there. So the process of connecting the soul with God is called yoga. So this is what with the very famous word yoga refers to. So two things are connected. The soul is one thing, God is one thing. The soul is an the Amsa of Lord, but the soul now is getting connected to the God through the process called yoga. So generally there are 4 kinds of yoga. What are the 4 kinds of yoga? We all know. Basically, we all heard from many people. The first is called karma yoga. Karma yoga means connecting. So yoga means connection. So connecting to the Lord. How you are connecting to the Lord? What is the vaya means? Through your senses. Through your senses, you are connecting to the Lord. That means you do some selfless activities. Through your karma indriya, jnana indriya, you do some activities. That senses, through senses, you are connecting to the Lord. That is called as karma yoga. Karma means work. Through your work, selfless act, work, you are connecting to the Lord. That's called karma yoga. Second is called jnana yoga. Jnana means buddhi or intelligence, or you can say mind also. Jnana means wisdom. So that wisdom is done through the mind. So when you connect your mind to the Lord, it is called as jnana yoga. When you connect the mind to the Lord, it is called jnana yoga. So when you connect the senses to the Lord, that's called as karma yoga. Then higher than that is called dhyana yoga. Dhyana yoga means you are connecting to the Lord through intelligence. So you are constantly doing meditation. So jnana means reading a lot of books, Upanishad like that. Dhyana means you are doing meditation. Through meditation, you are focusing your mind, intelligence, everything to the Lord. So that is called dhyana yoga. And there is 4th kind of yoga, which is we are all very familiar, bhakti yoga. Bhakti means connecting to the Lord through love and devotion, where the soul is directly connected to the Lord. So this is a direct process, bhakti yoga, connecting the soul directly to the Lord. If you see other process, karma means senses are connected, jnana means mind is connected, dhyana means intelligence is connected. But these 3 called material elements. Okay, senses, mind, and intelligence. But soul is spiritual. In bhakti yoga, the soul is directly connected to the Lord. So that is very important to understand. Now, when we think of yoga, what comes in our mind? So there are like a lot of sirsasana. There is different postures. That's what whenever we see, if you type in Google yoga, then you can see a lot of people in different postures. Some are lifting the legs, some are standing upside down, some are bending the body. So that is what immediately comes to our mind when we hear the word yoga. So you can see the image. It's a famous yoga guru, B.V.K. Iyengar. You see people, few of you are drunkard. They are also in the same posture. Asanas, meditation. You can see they are stretching their body like anything. And we see a lot of people, they are doing yoga and they look very young. And we are also very much attracted by their youth. Like even though they are old, they are very fit and they are very active, energetic. And we also trying to do some yoga. So basically asana, sitting in proper posture, then meditation, and then doing pranayama. Pranayama means deep breathing exercise. So everybody, even the medical science accepted that yoga is very beneficial, not only for the health, but also to the mind, also to the soul. So even your internal organs, they also get exercise while you do yoga. The Western kind of exercise only gives exercise to the muscles, to the body. But the yoga is designed in such a way that it gives exercise to the internal organs as well as to the mind. So yoga is a very integral part of our spiritual practices. But few people think yoga is meant to connect soul to God, but yoga is to be, sometimes people misunderstand. Yoga means to keep our body in shape. So sometimes male and female, they do yoga so that they want to keep themselves fit in the society. But yoga is not basically meant for exercise for shapely body. No. But basically when you do yoga, you have a fit body, it's a byproduct. But the main purpose of yoga is to connect the soul to God. And some people do yoga, pranayama, breathing exercise in order to increase the lifespan, because you are regulating your breath. Normally your lifespan will increase because they say when you are taking birth, the number of breath is already fixed for you. But when you are doing pranayama, your breathing rate will decrease naturally. So your lifespan will increase because the number of breathing you will do will reduce. So yoga is not for lifespan. Yoga is not for keeping your body fit. Or some people take mystic powers, like they bring some objects through the hand, or they want some kind of mystic powers, like they can foresee your mind, they can read your mind, or they can fly in the air, or they can walk on the water. So there are some kind of mystic powers. So some people do yoga for that, attaining that also. But yoga is not meant for that mystic powers also. So yoga is not meant for, yoga is meant to connect the soul to God. That is the real purpose of yoga. And yoga is not meant for an exercise for a shapely body, increased lifespan, or mystic power. So we saw 4 kinds of yoga: karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, bhakti yoga. So Krishna talks about all these 4 yogas in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna talks about karma yoga also, he talks about jnana yoga also, Krishna talks about dhyana yoga, bhakti yoga also. So out of these 4 yoga, we may ask, like, which is best? Like when we go to a market, we see a lot of products. Then we ask our friend, like, which is best one to buy? I am confused. So same product, so many brands are there. So then we go to an experienced person like that. If you see out of all this yoga, which is best? Bhakti yoga is the topmost yoga according to Bhagavad Gita. Let us see how. Why? Who can say which version of the Microsoft Windows is the best? So if you want to know Windows, I want the latest platform, which Windows is best? So definitely we are going to ask the founder. We are going to ask the author of the Windows, Bill Gates. So he will tell this Windows is the best version so far, whatever we developed. So you can go for that. It will have very good efficiency. There are less bugs and the performance is very good. It's like that. Krishna, the speaker of Lord Krishna, the speaker of Bhagavad Gita, in 6th chapter 47 verse, he says, Yoginam api sarvesham madgate antaratmanam shraddhavan bhajate yo mam samaya yukto tamo mataha. So Bhakti Yoga is the topmost yoga. The word translation of the verse is Yoginam api sarvesham, of all yogis, madgate antaratmanam, he who always abides me in with great faith, worshipping me in transcendental loving service. Madgate antaratma shraddhavan bhajate. Bhajate means worshipping. Shraddhavan bhajate mam samaya yukto tamo mataha. He is mostly intimately united with me and he is considered to be the highest of all. So there may be people following karma yoga, there may be people following jnana yoga, there may be people following dhyana yoga, and there may be people following bhakti yoga. Different people, different yogas they are following. But the Lord Bhagavan says, out of all, who is always thinking about me in his heart and engaged in the loving service, is most intimately united with me and is called highest of all. This according to the Bhagavan, whatever his conclusion is. Now let us see, will all the paths lead to the same goal? They say like all roads lead to Rome. Is it true? No, for spiritual, not all the paths will lead to the same goal. Now, if you take a ticket to Delhi, you will go to Delhi. If you take a ticket to Mumbai, you will go to Mumbai only. So like that, all the yoga, other yogas, whatever other yogas are, indirect processes. Indirect process means they are valid, but it will be little troublesome and it will take a lot of time. So that's why it's called as indirect process. Like if you want to go to a 50th floor in a building, you can also go by stairs. There is stair for emergency. You can walk through the stairs slowly and you can reach, but it is a painful process and it will take a lot of time and energy to you to reach the 50th floor. And basically the purification is outside to in. Outside to in means through the senses, your soul, your mind is getting purified from outside to in. But the Bhakti Yoga is considered as a direct process. Direct process means from inside to out, you are getting purified. So from the soul, since the soul is directly connected, from inside the soul is getting purified, and the soul will purify the mind, and through the Bhakti Yoga, your mind will be purified, intelligence will be purified, and senses. So the purification is inside out, and this is like traveling through an elevator. You instantly go quickly with much less effort. So Prabhupada gives to an example how the other yoga process is. So if you see a monkey is carrying his baby, the baby will cling to the monkey, mother monkey. It has to hold the mother monkey very strongly. And the mother monkey will jump from one branch to another branch like that. So while it is jumping, if the baby monkey is little careless, the baby monkey will fall down. But if you see a cat which is taking his kitten, the cat will actually carry the kitten in its mouth. So it will take it in a soft way where the kitten does not want to do any effort from its side. It has to just be peacefully sleeping. The mother will carry by catching in the mouth, and it will take to another place. Whereas the baby monkey has all the responsibility to hold tightly the mother. If it is little careless, it will fall down. Same way, all other yoga process is like the baby monkey clinging to the mother monkey. The mother monkey means God. So you are doing the yoga process out of your own risk. Little bit mistake you will do, you will fall down. But Bhakti Yoga means it is like the cat carrying the kitten. The Lord knows, the Lord will guide you how much progress you want to make, when you will make the progress, and how much I can give you. So everything the Lord will take care. You just need to be connected with the Lord under the shelter of his lotus feet. He will guide you in the right way. So that is called cat-kitten process. Bhakti Yoga is considered to be very safe, and the responsibility is with God. We need to do our practices, but the guidance will be given by God. But whereas other Jnana Yoga or Jnana Yoga or Karma Yoga, you have to take responsibility for your own growth, which is little painful and risky process. So what is Bhakti Yoga? Now we understood what is the importance of Bhakti Yoga. Now let us see what is this Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga means connection of soul to God. This is called Bhakti Yoga, because we saw Karma Yoga, senses are connected. Jnana Yoga, mind is connected. Dhyana Yoga, intelligence is connected. But Bhakti Yoga means connecting the soul to God. So what is the nature? Now let us see what is the nature of the soul. We already see the nature of the soul is Sat. Sat means body is Asat. Body is Asat means temporary. But Sat means it is eternal. And Chit means it is full of knowledge, because all the knowledge is already within us. Once you develop spiritually, a lot of knowledge will be revealed from inside, not from outside. From inside, you know everything. Ananda means the nature of the soul is, it is in the bliss. It is in happiness always. So this is the nature of the soul. So we are seeing two things. The nature of the soul is, it is eternal, it is full of knowledge, and it is full of bliss. And what is the activity of the soul? To love and serve. So that's why we are loving our family members, our relatives, our community. Why? Because the basic nature for the soul is to love. How we are getting love towards our family members? Because the soul originally had this love propensity towards God. So that love only we are now sharing it with our family members. So the activity of the soul is two things. One is to love, and due to that loving nature, it will also serve. Serve means to do service. Like we love our family, we serve the family also, because we go to the job, or we as a parent, we go to the job and we will serve our family, our children, for their happiness. So nature of the soul is two things: to love and to serve. So this is the nature of the soul. So activity of the soul. Nature of the soul, it is Sat Chit Ananda. It is eternal, full of knowledge and full of bliss. But activity of the soul is to love and serve. So this love, when we see, the love means always expansion. Love will not, selfishness means it will contract only to me. I want. It's a small circle. But love means it will expand as a circle. It will keep on expanding up to infinity. Let us see how it is expanding. So first, when we are a child, we are thinking, we are crying to our parents that everything belongs to me. I will not share anything. I want everything. The baby will cry for everything. If at all you will share, the baby will not accept to share. then the parents will advise, no, no, beta, this is your brother, this is our family, this is your sister, you need to share your toys, you need to share whatever you are eating. So then your love grows from me to my family. So the child starts sharing, the circle becomes bigger now. So the child knows this is my father, my mother, I need to share, I need to love them. Then I need to share with my sister or brother. So from one, the sharing increases up to the family level. Then still when we are growing, then we are seeing our society. Then we are starting to share with our society. There are some good things we are doing. We are doing some charity for the upliftment of society. Even the companies they do that, they say corporate social responsibility. They want to take care of the society. So this is opposite to selfishness. So first is me, then comes my family, the love expands up to the family. Then beyond the family is my society, the love expands. Then beyond the society is my nation. I am Indian. I need to do something good for India. So let my Indians be prosperous. Let our country be glorious. So we start serving the country also. As Mahatma Gandhi, father of our nation, he had so much love for our country. He given his whole life for the freedom of the country. So that is a love towards nation. So it's gradually expanding up to the nation. Then beyond the nation of Indian, what is that? We are all human beings. So throughout, like we expand our love for human beings, for humanity, for everything. So if you see Mother Teresa, she left, she was born in Italy, but she came to India because she had so much compassion for humanity. She saw suffering people of leprosy and she dedicated her whole life. And she did not think that I will serve only the people in Italy. Okay. So that is a love for humanity. So that's part of expression of love. Then we also have love towards nature. Like our nature, we try to protect Mother Earth. We are giving a lot of environmental campaigns to protect the nature. We want to protect the nature from pollution, from damage. We are cleaning the rivers. We are cleaning the beaches. Government is taking effort. Individuals are taking effort. So it is a love towards nature. And beyond nature is God. So that is the ultimate. If you see, God is outside the circle. So beyond, when your love grows further beyond nature, because nature is a mission. Nature does not function independently. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Maya dakshena prakriti suyate cha saracharam. Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita that this nature is not working independently. It's not giving fruits, vegetables, rain, everything. No. It's like a machine. It is working under the superintendent of God. So as God wish, the nature will function. Sometimes there is famine. Sometimes there is like a tsunami. There is natural disasters. So everything is working under God's direction. So the expansion of love, you will feel the fulfillment when you will give up to God. So your circle should expand up to God. Then only you can have the complete fulfillment. So our nature of the soul is to love and serve. So currently, we are like fish taken out of the water. Even though we may have a lot of material comforts, the only reason we are feeling some kind of emptiness in our heart is because spiritual side we are neglecting. We are only giving importance to material side, eating, mating, sleeping, defending. Because the spiritual side is lacking, the spirit soul is not nourished. When the spirit soul is not nourished, naturally the spirit soul will hanker for more and have more happiness. But still it is searching in the material side, failing to know that unless you take spiritual life, we take spiritual life, we cannot be happy. This condition is exactly like if you take a fish out of water and you give all the comforts, the fish cannot be happy. But whatever comforts we give, you may put a AC, you may put a very good bed for the fish to rest, but the fish will cry, just put me in the water back. Then only I can be happy. Same way, as long as we are not connected to God, then we cannot be happy. And when we are connected to the God with love and we serve Him, and we also take care of our family, then we can regain our lost happiness. So Bhakti Yoga is a spiritual way of life. That yoga, what is the definition of Bhakti Yoga? That yoga which re-establishes our soul's love and service for Krishna, because Krishna, we understood that He is the Bhagavan, Supreme Personality of Godhead, is called Bhakti Yoga. That yoga which re-establishes our soul, love and service for Krishna is called Bhakti Yoga. So we have seen this example, like when we are, previous session we saw, when we are given, serving the nation, we are given a lot of facilities. We are given protection, we are given rifle, everything. So when we are defending in our country and we are engaging in some battle, the government is appreciating our efforts. So serving the nation, we are appreciated. But when we take the rifle and shoot our neighbor in the fight, we are getting prison or we are getting hanging. So we are given judgment of we punishment. Why is that? Because the facility given by the government is misused. Similarly, the facilities which the Lord has given to us in the form of human body and the senses and all these things, if we do not use for serving Lord, definitely it is like a spiritual suicide. We are committing a spiritual suicide and it will result in unhappiness. So this yoga is called, Bhakti yoga is called watering the root. Watering the root means when you root the water, the whole tree, branches, leaves, fruits, flowers, everything get nourished. But if you are doing separate service for society, for people, for humanity, it is like watering the part, because the root of this existence of this creation is God. You may not able to see the root of any tree, but if you cut the tree will die, even though you may water every day. Same way, the root of this creation is God, even though we do not see him. According to logic and common sense, we understood there is a creator. Unless we do not connect with him, like watering the root, spiritual life, then we are not going to be happy. We are going to eventually feel so much dryness and emptiness in the heart, irrelevant of whatever wealth we may possess. So serving oneself and serving master. So this is a small story. Like once there was a person who has told that if anybody will do any painting on my wall, I will immediately punish him. So one person was challenging his friend. If you write anything on his wall, he will be punished. But the other person challenged, no, I can write something, but still I will not be punished. So he said, oh, how is it possible? Then he went to the wall and he just written, stick no bills. So the owner came and saw this painting and he appreciated the guy. Very good. You did a very good job. So when you act according to the instruction of the Lord, you are getting recognized by the Lord and you get the mercy and blessings of the Lord. So that's called stick no bills. Like when you serve the Lord, you get his mercy and blessings. Instead of serving oneself, we need to serve the Lord. So that is watering the root. When you water the root, you get nourishment throughout the tree. Same way, when you serve the Lord, you also get nourished by that. Like a finger, if a finger is a part of the body, but if the finger wants to be happy separately, it cannot be happy. If it wants to get the nourishment, it has to take the food and it cannot eat the food itself. It has to feed the stomach through the mouth. Then it gets nourishment. Similarly, we also want happiness. Independently, we cannot get happiness. But by serving the Lord like a finger, we are part of Lord. By serving as a part to the whole, then we get nourishment and happiness in this life. So how can we acquire this love for Krishna? So we all understood that loving God is very important, but how can we acquire this? Is it to be cultivated? So once Michelangelo's famous sculpture was asked this question, how do you make such a beautiful sculptures? Then he replied, the sculptures are already there. I just remove the excess marble of my chisel. Means the love of God is already within our heart. Only we need to remove our anarthas. When we remove our anarthas, then automatically love, it will spring up from within. Like a volcano is coming out of, from the ground. Like that, the love of God will automatically come out once this anarthas which is covering, it is removed. We can see like in villages, there is some hand pump. During summer time, when you press the hand pump now, no water will come. But what we will do, but water is deep inside. So we will take some few buckets of water and we will pour inside the hand pump. Then we'll pump, then the water will go inside, fill and take the whole water and come out. Like that, when you practice the spiritual practices, whatever we are going to discuss now, that is like pouring the water. By doing the spiritual practices, what is inside the water, the love of God will automatically come out from our heart. So we don't need to acquire it. It just has to be revived, as we said, the hand pump. So this we discussed, like God is compared to a magnet and we are compared to the metal particles. So why we are not getting attracted to God, even though we are supposed to, is because of the rust on the metal particles. The rust is called as illusion, or lust, anger, envy, greed, pride, and illusion. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. These are actually covering our over us like a rust and preventing us to get attracted towards the Lord. So when you practice this bhakti yoga, it will slowly start cleansing your anarthas, which is impurities within your heart. By that process, we can clear the anarthas. So now a question comes. Many people are afraid that if I take spiritual life, maybe I will become a sannyasi or I will lose my family. Is it applicable for a family man? Now we can understand. Can I practice bhakti yoga in my family life? Yes, we can. Because if it is not there, then why Lord Krishna chose Arjuna to speak Bhagavad Gita? Arjuna was a family man. Not only he had one wife, he had many wives also and many children. So he did not speak this Bhagavad Gita knowledge to a sannyasi or to a brahmachari. He has spoken this Bhagavad Gita knowledge to a grahastha, means a family person. That means Bhagavad Gita is very much relevant to our grahastha. To any jivatma, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is very, very important. So it's not that only a sannyasi should read Bhagavad Gita, or sometimes people are afraid that if you keep Bhagavad Gita in the home, there will be fight in your home. No, Bhagavad Gita, the fight taken place to establish dharma. So if you keep Bhagavad Gita in your home, dharma will be established. Okay, adharma will go out of your home. So like a lot of misconception, myths are there related. People have fearing something wrong will be go in my life. No. In Bhagavad Gita, the conclusion, 700 verses, the conclusion is, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shir Vijayo Bhutir Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, this is the last sloka in Bhagavad Gita. Wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will be victory, morality, affluence, and extraordinary power. So wherever the Lord is there, there will be always, because he is Lakshmi Pati, he is the husband of goddess of fortune. Definitely everything, victory, everything will be there. That is Sanjaya's opinion in the end of Bhagavad Gita. So what about my time? I am so busy. I don't have time to practice bhakti yoga. So you can do your normal duties, whatever your responsibilities, like going to the job, helping your family, helping your kids. But there are some time called work time, worry time, and waste time. Waste time means we are seeing so much television. We are sitting in the social networking sites, Facebook, WhatsApp, and sometimes we sit alone and worry, what will happen tomorrow? What will happen to Corona? What will happen my life? Whether I will live for another 5 years or 10 years. So like that, work time you live. This worry time and waste time can be used for your spiritual practices. So that way you are using it very productively and very positively. And people also advise that generally spirituality is a retirement program. Once you become old, only you have to take. No, it's not a retirement program, because there is no guarantee, first of all, that you will live tomorrow morning or not. And today, COVID cases, we see that we are speaking to someone and after 1 week he is no more. So there is no guarantee for any person's life. If you sleep today, tomorrow morning you will get up. Who can give guarantee? So life is a preparation and death is an examination. It's a very famous quote. So we do not know when our life will go. So definitely we cannot postpone. And second thing is, if at all we cannot prepare now, definitely at the old age we cannot take up spiritual life. It's very tough. I'll tell you an example. Like if you are studying college, if you study everyday syllabus on the same day, you need not prepare anything separately for your exam, because you already attended your classes attentively. Just you can only refresh and you can get good marks. But imagine we never prepared anything throughout the semester, and tomorrow is the exam and I open the book today, the big book. What are the chances that I will get a good mark? Very hardly remote chances are there. You will be confused, you will be in stress, because you have to read big book within 3-4 hours. Same way, the day-to-day life, if you practice spiritual life becomes very easy. But if you postpone to the last stage, first of all, our mind will not cooperate. The body has already a lot of problems with the diseases. It will also not support. So spiritual life is a everyday, day-to-day affair. It's like every day preparing for our exam. So that the spiritual life, it is not becoming like kind of stress or overloaded at the time of death. You cannot take like that and the retirement. So what should I do now? So this is the thing. Accept that I am sick. Yes, we know that we are suffering in this material world. And when we are suffering, we need to approach the right hospital. So accept that I am sick, approach the right hospital. Approach the not only right hospital. If you go to the right hospital, if you are having a ear problem, you have to go to the ENT doctor. You cannot go to a heart surgeon. So approach the right hospital and approach the right doctor also. And then when you go with the heavy diabetes to the doctor, then the doctor will tell avoid all these things. It's not good for your sugar. Then he will tell you have to take this medicine every day, 3 times a day, so that you will get quickly cured. So avoid negative things and apply positive treatment. So let us see what is that. Accept that I am sick. So symptoms of my disease is, I have already discussed 4 problems. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, Dukkha, Doshanu, Darshanam. Birth, death, old age and disease. These are our 4 problems which we are facing in this material world. Repeated. Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. And the 3 miseries, Adhyatmika Klesha, Adhibhautika and Adhidevika. So these are the symptoms of my disease. So these 7 things are always giving me pain in this material world. So then I go so accept that I am sick, birth, death, old age and disease. And then we have Adhyatmika, miseries due to body and mind, Adi, Bhautika and Adi Devika. Misery due to other entities and misery due to natural disturbance. So the Adi Bhautika, we have a classic example now, this coronavirus, misery due to other entities. So even though we want to be happy, everybody is locking the door, putting the mask. We are afraid that when we will catch infection. This is called Adi Bhautika, misery due to other entities. Still, you cannot see this virus by your naked eye, but still it is creating havoc. The whole world is stopped for 1 year, almost 1 year now. We can understand. We are not talking something theoretical. These are practical things. How we are suffering in this material world. We should not just believe our eyes to see this world. We should see Shastra Chakshu. Shastra Chakshu means we should be able to see this material world through the eyes of our scripture. Then only you get the X-ray vision. By physical vision, maybe you will be cheated. Like if you go to a gambling area, casino, it will be a very attractive place in this world. Very beautiful interiors and everything. But the whole casino is designed to take your money. So you cannot just believe by your physical eyes. You need wisdom to see what is this real world about. You need an X-ray vision. Beyond this happiness, there are so many miseries everybody is facing. Everyone, nobody is exempted from all these things. So accept that I am sick. Then once you are convinced that I am sick, I am suffering with all these problems, then approach the right hospital. So right hospital, what is the right hospital? Temple is a spiritual hospital. So temples are called as spiritual hospital where you can get your treatment for your disease. So this is very, very important. Temple is a spiritual hospital. Now, we can say I don't have time to go to temple, or you can say at least we are in this part of the country where there are no temples. So we can make our home into a temple. So we can bring the hospital itself into a home. So home can become a temple itself. So why to, it's in Kali Yuga, it's very easy. Just make your home into a nice temple. So that is one important point. If you see the flag here on any building, it indicates that this building, the government is ruling this building, or the government is in charge of this building. That's why you see the flag upon the building. This flag means government of India rules. We see Indian flag. Now in today's place, we see in everybody's flat or house, you can see on the top, antenna flag. Means in that building, the television is ruling that flat or that building. So that's what the indication. So TV is the center of the house. Instead of God is the center, we have TV is the center of the house. You see, it is proudly brainwashing since the 1930s. It is telling us how to live, what to do, what not to do, what to do for happiness. And all those things is actually shown in the TV. What 800 years of Mughal rule has not done to spoil Indian culture. 800 years of Mughal rule, they were long time here, but they were not still able to shake our culture. Our culture was very strong. Even when still today it is a little bit strong, we can say. That's why we are all, so many people still giving respect to Bhagavad Gita, attending these classes, at least a minority percentage. What 800 years of Mughal rule has not done to spoil Indian culture. 200 years of British rule has not done to spoil Indian culture. Just 20 years of MTV, ZTV, they have done the job very easily. This television, it has spoiled everything. Because basically it is giving a wrong picture about life. It is giving an illusory world. What is false is projected as truth, and it is actually brainwashing us to believe false as truth and truth as false. Constantly bombarding with so many negative things and so many illusory things. And whatever we see and whatever we hear, we believe that. So we have to understand the reality that this is not doing good to us. Yeah, we are giving so much time, our precious time, valuable human life in watching TV, but what we are getting in return is we are getting brainwashed by the TV. So very important to understand. So this TV, you can see like it was like Ravana. Ravana, when he wanted to kidnap Sita, he did not come in Ravana form. He came as a sages, a sadhu form. He taken a sadhu form. Like this is TV, when it was introduced in this world, it came in a black and white. And there was no TV channels. Hardly one channel will work and the evening time. Then slowly color TV came. Then color TV came, only 1 or 2 channels and evening programs. Then after that, then cable TV came. Then 1 channel, 2 channel. Now today, practically you cannot count the number of channels. 100, 200, 500, 1,000 channels. We are bewildered now which channel to watch. And it has become 45-inch, 50-inch, 80-inch TV. It's decorating our home beautifully. But what it is doing for our life, it is giving a wrong message, turning us away from God, just keeping us entertained and telling us to forget our miseries. Like somebody, like people drink to forget the miseries. So TV is also making us forget our miseries, but at the same time, making us to forget the reality of life and also takes away from God. Like Ravana, how he kidnapped Sita, the TV already, Sita was removed from Ram. Like that, our life also, we are removed. Our God is removed from our life. How this TV entered as a friend. It entered as a friend and it has become our enemy today. So now many people realize about these things throughout the world, and they are stopping to reduce. Not only TV, the social networking sites also, they are taking much of our valuable time. We are not saying not to use TV or not watch TV like that, but everything should be in a limited, disciplined way. That will help us. So make the Lord a center of your home. That is what spiritual life is about. God should be in the center. Like we came in here because of enjoying independence. Let us put God in the center so that we enjoy with Him. We don't enjoy separate from Him. So God should be the center of our house. Very important. Even in the family, we can see now there are like increased diverse cases. When somebody becomes spiritual, when they go closer to God, both serve God in a nice way. When we are further away from God, the distance between husband and wife is also greater. This is some kind of psychology. If husband and wife, they are like very much intimate and they are very much God-centered life they are leading, the chances of their understanding will be better among them. And the chances that they will be separated is very rare. And when we are closer to God, the husband and wife will be closer to each other. So if you want to have a good family, then we should have a God-centered life. That's why there is a saying called, a family that prays together, that stays together. A family that prays together, stays together. So very important to keep God in center of our life. So approach the right hospital is a temple, and we make our home itself as a temple. That is a practical solution, what we can do. Approach the right doctor. After going to hospital, we are not getting cured. We need a doctor also. So doctor, who is a doctor? A uniform and stethoscope does not make one doctor. Somebody can put like a fancy, but uniform and stethoscope does not make a doctor. A doctor has to be authorized by the university. He has to undergo a course from a recognized university. Like if you do medicine from China, you cannot practice in India because you are not from authorized by that university. Indian Council, Medical Council, you are not authorized. You need to take separate exam in India to be authorized. So a doctor, if you study from any part of the world, you are not allowed in India to practice. Like that, anyone cannot become doctor. So it should be authorized by the university. Similarly, if you say a guru, today there are a lot of cheating gurus, but a guru should come from a parampara. Parampara means in a guru-sishya discipleship, which should be authorized by the scriptures. Not like I come out like a mushroom from nowhere else and I claim myself as a god-man and I cheat the public. I cheat their money, I exploit them. Today, if you turn the television, there are a lot of news how people are cheating public by taking their money. They're running away. They are doing a lot of malpractices. So there are people who are in the dress of sadhu, but really their intention is different. Not to uplift people in God consciousness, but they have some hidden agenda. By telling the name of God, they cheat people. So they are not called bona fide. Who is bona fide? One should not approach any guru. A guru must come in parampara. So parampara means he should come in a guru-sishya relationship and it should be authorized in the scripture. So there are parampara which is authorized in our scriptures. Like there are Sri Sampradaya, which you are seeing Ramanujacharya was there. Then there is Madhvacharya Sampradaya, which is coming under the lineage of Madhvacharya, Udupi. And Sri Sampradaya, you see all these temples from Tirupati, Srirangam, and all those things. And there is Rudra Sampradaya coming from Lord Shiva. And there is Kumara Sampradaya coming from the 4 Kumaras of Lord Brahma. These 4 Sampradayas are authorized Sampradaya written mentioned in the scriptures. So we can go. So His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, which we will discuss about him about the end of this session. He is a founder Acharya of International Society of Krishna Consciousness. We are as part of ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, is coming in the lineage of Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya. That means from Lord Brahma to Madhvacharya, and Gaudiya means in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lineage, Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya. So there is a Guru Sishya relationship tracing from, we can trace to long time. You can go ahead like who was a Guru, who was his Guru, like that. There is a lineage, parampara system is there. So approach the right doctor. Avoid negative things, very important. So when we have sugar, we have 2 things, like there is negative and there is positive. Negative means you should avoid sweet items. Positive means you should take the medicine, whether it is insulin or whether it is tablet or whether it is herbal medicine, you should take. But at the same time, you should, by taking all this medicine and you keep on taking gulab jamun or sweet item, your sugar is not going to be cured. So let us see first what are the don'ts in spiritual life. So avoid negative things, meat eating. So meat eating is not because I said for getting, if you want spiritual life, you should be in Sattva-guna. So meat eating is coming in Tamo-guna. So Tamo-guna means whatever you eat, first of all, it is a sinful activity according to the scripture. And when you eat, the meat energy goes into the mind. So it will make mind Rajasic and Tamasic. So it will not allow your mind to become Sattvic. So, and you have to face the sinful reactions of killing an animal also. Because this world operates under the law of action and reaction. Newton's 3rd law, like every action has equal and opposite reaction. You give pain to a living entity, you will get return in pain. You give pleasure to somebody, you will get pleasure in return. If I make somebody happy, I will get happiness. If I make somebody suffer, then I need to suffer. Because we are eating meat, we are killing this innocent animal because we are developed technologically, we have big knife, we have big sword. So we put in them, grind them in the machine and they are crying in pain because we want to satisfy our tongue. So definitely the pain will come through nature. So one way we are experiencing this corona is also an effect of whatever we are giving the pain to all these living entities, we are also suffering. So everything comes back. As you sow, so shall you reap. If you do good things will definitely come. If you do bad things, suffering, pain, we'll definitely encounter that. So even if you see, if any of us, we are eating non-vegetarian, if you give us a knife and tell to cut a goat or a cow, we don't have guts to cut it because our hand will shiver. So we are paying to somebody money who can cut for us and we can eat the flesh. But if you tell a child also, just pluck a tomato from the plant, it is plucking without any fear. But you cannot give the child, give a knife and tell cut a goat now. So our conscience also does not allow to eat all these things because it is nicely wrapped and presented and we are addicted to the taste. We are taking all this, and definitely the mercy part is lost actually because we are engaged, because we don't have any mercy for any animals. We are seeing just for an enjoyment for our tongue only. We see a goat, we don't see it as an animal or a soul. We just see how I can satisfy my tongue by this goat flesh. So mercy is lost, and gambling should not be done. Yudhishthira Maharaj is a proof how he lost everything in the Mahabharata. So your truthfulness get lost. When you are gambling, you will always go through false means to acquire money, and definitely your truthfulness, satyam, is lost. And definitely you should not have any kind of intoxication which will alter your consciousness. Your austerity will be lost by that. So very important, no alcohol. Today's world, people take all this for granted and they see it's part of modern culture. But according to, if you want to take spiritual life, definitely we need to, we cannot indulge in all this thing, intoxication. And illicit sex outside marriage. So cleanliness is lost. So sex only within the marriage is allowed, but without outside marriage is not. So we see today so many news in the newspaper, how people are getting victimized by this kind of illicit sex affair. So many murders are happening because each partners are not faithful to each other. So many problems, so many court cases, so many divorces are happening. So these four things should be avoided. Scripture says, Jutam Panam Striya Suna Yatra Chatur Dharma, Yatra Adharma Chaturvida. These four things are adharma, against dharma, adharma. So the dharma itself stands on four pillars. Goodness stands on the four pillars: compassion, daya, purity, cleanliness, control of the senses, and truthfulness. So when you are meat eating, the compassion is lost. When you are engaging in illicit sex, the second pillar is broken. And when you are controlling the senses, like when you are in the meat eating, not meat eating, you are in the illicit sex, gambling, and intoxication, the control of senses has gone. And when you are doing gambling, truthfulness is lost. So these four pillars, when it is destroyed, the dharma will fall down. Then when dharma fall down, then you cannot expect a peaceful society here. No more peaceful, because righteousness goes, then only wrong things will remain, and wrong society which is in adharmic activities, they cannot experience happiness. So it is said in the Kali Yuga, the three pillars are already broken. The fourth pillar, truthfulness, is off now. 25% is there. So we need to sustain this so that if we follow, at least we are saved. So avoid negative things. So meat eating, mercy is lost. Gambling, truthfulness is lost. Intoxication, austerity is lost. Illicit sex, cleanliness is lost. So if you want to have a good family, peaceful family, happy family, we need to avoid all these adharmic activities. Dyutam, Panam, Striya, Suna. Dyutam means gambling. Dyutam, Panam means intoxication. Striya means illicit sex. Suna means meat eating. So, Yutam Panam Striya Suna Yatra Dharma Chaturvida Adharma. These are called adharmic. These four things are adharma. So these are the four things to be avoided if you want to progress in spiritual life. Very important. Now we'll go to the positive side. Apply positive treatment. So what are the positive treatment we have? So four things are very important. A, B, C, D. A for association, B for book reading, C for chanting, and D for diet. So as we take medicine, that is diet. What we saw negative, this is medicine. So medicine should be taken. Association means always have good association. As Shakespeare said, tell me who is your friend, I will tell who you are. By knowing your friend, we can know what kind of person. If we are with the drunkards, definitely we know we are also drunkard. So we should always have kind of good devotee association. And there is a good association, there is bad association. There is an example of this parrot. There was two parrots. One parrot was growing in the butcher house. One parrot was growing in the same parrot. One more parrot was growing in the king's palace. So when a sadhu visited this butcher house, this parrot which was growing in the butcher's house was always talking bad words, because the butcher is always talking bad words. So it was hearing constantly and started speaking. So the environment very much matters. The environment, whether we are young or middle age or old, the environment always plays a big role in our mind. So second thing is, the parrot which was in the kingdom, it was giving a very good warm greeting, welcoming the sage, because it was constantly hearing such kind of warm reception. So association is very, very, very important. Without association, we cannot develop in spiritual life. So association, what kind of association we want? We want saintly people association and devotee association who are genuinely trying to purify their heart. If we are associating with such kind of people, eventually our mind is like chameleon. Chameleon, wherever it will sit on a green color branch, the body will change green color. If it is sitting on a red color flower, it will change red color. So our mind is like a chameleon. So if we go with a good devotee association, naturally we will imbibe that qualities and we will develop this saintly nature in us. So within our heart, there is a demonic quality and saintly qualities. By associating, that quality will particularly manifest. If you associate with bad people, all the evil qualities will start developing. So association is a very positive treatment. Select our proper association, and it should be devotee association, good association, to help in our spiritual life. So surround yourself with those on the same mission as you. So if you see, a lion will go, when it is going for hunting, it will go with all other lions. So If you see one deer is there, they will surround the deer from all the 10 sides. Then only it can capture the prey. Similarly, if you want to get out of this illusion from this world, we need good association where we can attack this Maya or illusion. Very, very important. So without this proper association, it is very, very, very difficult to develop in spiritual life. So that we have to understand, very important. Surround yourself with those on the same mission as you. So that is for A for association. Then we go B. B means book reading, scriptures. The scriptures are given by the Lord to guide the humanity towards Him. So scriptures like Bhagavat Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, we need to read every day, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, based on your availability. So that is very, very important. That will give us guidance. It's like a navigation map. It can give us focus, clarity, peace of mind, happiness. You need to start and see how it is changing your life. How you were before. After reading scriptures, how you are changing. Definitely it is having a great impact on everyone's life. That scriptures benefit us more. Like every day we need to read, and it will help us greatly in our spiritual life. So B for book reading, A for association, B for regularly reading scriptures. So sometimes we are seeing like, we want our children to become very spiritual. They are always on the phone. They are always like watching TV, and we are saying, no, we are praying to God, but this young generation, they are not like us. We are always telling complaints. But first of all, if we read in front of them, they always copy actually. Kids, we are our guides. We are their guides actually. Sometimes kids do not listen to us, but they sure do copy us. So when they see that we are actually reading scriptures, before we are telling our children to read us, memorize sloka, reading scriptures, first of all, they should see that we are doing. We are sitting in front of television, and if we ask our children to take, read scriptures, definitely they are not going to do that. So it's very, very important that we need to, before telling others, we should follow in our own life. So this is very, very important. Sometimes kids don't listen to us, but they are sure to copy us. So we, every day as a practice, evening we should sit with the family and we can read scriptures, 1 or 2 verses. And the time depends on your availability, that how much you can give. Somebody can give 15 minutes, somebody can give 20 minutes, somebody give 30 minutes. But book reading is very important. Scriptures reading is very important. So Google, today we get everything. Google is almost considered our guru today. Whatever you want, stock market or even your working office works, you want some reference, everything you want for information, nobody can beat Google. Okay, you just type in Google, whatever you want, it will come. Your answers will come. But it is for information. But for transformation, you need to read Bhagavad Gita. So when you read Bhagavad Gita, you get transformed. Your impurities start going away from your heart. You get transformed into a better person with happiness and peace of mind. So for information, you go to Google, and if for transformation, you can take Bhagavad Gita in your hand. It's very, very important. C for chanting. Chanting the holy names of the Lord. It's very, very purifying, and it is very helpful for your spiritual life. So this chanting of this Mahamantra, it's called Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. This mantra is called as Mahamantra. Mantra. Tra means delivers. Man means mind. So that formula which delivers your mind from all anxieties, problems, and worries, that is called as mantra. And this is called as Mahamantra. So this is a great deliverer of mind. So it's very important to engage our mind in chanting. There's a small story, like one person was serving a sadhu in the corner of his village, and the sadhu was going to relocate to another place. So the sadhu was about to leave. Then he said, if you want any boon, ask me, I will give you, because you are sincerely serving me. So the person asked him that you can give me any gift you want. Then the sadhu offered him a genie. Genie means a magical person, which is in the bottle, if you know, it's a magic genie. He said, if you will keep this person is in the bottle, whenever you call him by his name, then he will come and do whatever work you want. Then this person was so happy that he took that bottle and genie was inside. So as soon as he went to his home, he called the genie, the sage warned him that if you leave him idle, he will kill you. So never leave him idle. Always keep him engaged. So this person went and he asked him to build a nice house for him. So the genie built a beautiful house and he asked, what is my next order? The person said, no, let me be in my house for some time, relax. No, he said, no, if you don't give me work, I will kill you. Then immediately he said, okay, make a nice garden for me around my house. Then the genie immediately went, made a beautiful garden and came back. What is my next order? The person said, no, you are not allowing me to enjoy my life. You are just keeping on asking one after other. But the genie said, no, I cannot be idle. They say idle mind is devil's workshop, like that. So the person ran back to the sage and said, no, you keep the genie with you. I lost my peace of mind. I cannot keep on giving him some job. Then the sadhu said, you are a foolish person. You do not know how to enjoy the genie. So he called the genie and he said, okay, dig a big well for me. Then the genie dug a big well for the sadhu. And he said, now, till I call you for my next job, you climb this pole up and down. You go up and come down, go up and come down. When I will call you, you come back. So the genie was agreed to the command and started going on the pole up and down. So he said, the sadhu said, our mind is also like that. It is like a genie. It can do 1,000 things at a time. But the moment you will leave it idle, it starts with worrying, anxiety, stress, tension. It thinks a lot of things which may happen or may not happen. And sometimes it leads to suicide also. Some people, they commit suicide because their mind is not controlled. The mind from within says that you are not fit to live in this world. Go and hang in the fan. And they go and they hang because their mind is like that. Even though their life, there's not much misery, but the mind says your life is a failure. So this genie called mind is very, very powerful. So what we are going to do with this mind, we are how to always engage. Idle mind is devil's workshop. So you need to keep this mind constantly engaged. Then it can do 1,001 miracles in your life. So we know about mind control, very important. When you keep your mind focused, it's like sun rays, if you collect in a lens, it can even burn a paper. So if you keep your mind collected and focused, it can do miracles in your life. We might have heard a lot of lectures about mind control, conscious mind, subconscious mind. So all these things are very much true. If you focus our mind, distracted mind, it can do miracles in our life. So how can we focus our mind? How can we keep our mind engaged constantly? Is by chanting this mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this mantra keeps us, purifying us and keeps our mind engaged and keeps us connected to the Lord. And this mantra is taken from our scriptures. It's not anybody's personal invention. It is taken from our Kali Santrana Upanishad, where Brahmaji, the son Narada, asked Brahmaji that how in the Kali Yuga people will live when there is so much of problems around. So Brahmaji is instructing to Narada that anybody will chant this mantra, he will be delivered from all the problems in the Kali Yuga. That's why it is called as Kali Santrana Upanishad. Kali means Kali Yuga. Santaran means to cross over. Santaran means to cross over the Kali Yuga. We need to take up this chanting of this holy name of the Lord, which is very, very, very powerful. So Kali Santrana Upanishad says like this: Iti soda sakam nam Kali kalmasa nashanam nata paratoropaya sarva vedeshu drishyate. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti soda sakam Kali nam Kali kalmasa nashanam nata paratoropaya sarva vedeshu. After searching through all the Vedic literature, one cannot find a method of religion more sublime for this than chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So this chanting is a very sublime process which can transform everyone's heart, very easily purify the heart. And this chanting has 3 stages. When you chant, there is 3 P's. Like first P is when you start chanting, you will get a purification. First P. Then when you continue the chanting, you go to the second P. That is, you get peace of mind. Then when you still continue your chanting, you get the pleasure, happiness. The happiness we will experience within your heart. So very important. And this chanting is not only for us. The chanting of holy name is recommended in all the holy scriptures around the world. Like if you see Quran 87.2, glorify the name of your Lord, the Most High. So the Lord's name to be glorified. That's why you can see in the Middle East countries, everybody is having some beads in their hand always, 24 hours you can see. They are always rotating. They are supposed to chant the 99 names of Allah. So that's what written in Quran. Glorify the name of your Lord, the Most High. So they are glorifying the Lord. through the beads. Always they are rotating the beads. Now in Buddha, vows of Amida Buddha 18, all who sincerely call upon my name will come to me after death, and I will take them to paradise. This is Buddha's promise if you call upon Buddha's name. Saint Paul, Romans 10.13, everyone who calls upon the name of the Lord will be saved. So whoever will call the name of the Lord will be saved. This is in Saint Paul. And Psalms 11.3, from the rising of the sun to its setting, the name of the Lord is to be praised. Hallowed be the Lord's name, Jesus Christ said. So the name of the Lord is so pure and so powerful. By simply chanting, we get connected to God and we get purified and we get peace, pleasure, and happiness. So in Brihadanaranya Purana, from Vedic scripture 3.8.1 to 6, chant the holy name of the Lord, chant the holy name of the Lord, chant the holy name of the Lord. In this age of quarrel, hypocrisy, Kali Yuga, there is no other way to attain spiritual enlightenment. Harer Nama, Iva Kevalam. Kalau Nasteva, Gatiranyata. Harer Nama means chant the holy name of the Lord, Hari Nam. Harer Nama. Why they are saying 3 times? To give the emphasis that very important. Like in the court, they will call the person like Anand. So to give attention to the person. Like that, Harer Nama, Iva Kevalam. Kevalam means only way. Kalau, Kali Yuga. Nasteva, no other way. Gatiranyata, no other way to get spiritual enlightenment. This is from Brihadanaranya Purana. So the chanting of the names of the Lord is very, very poor. Very, very powerful and very sublime. And it is said in Kali Yuga, every Yuga Krishna appears as Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Vamana, Narasimha, Parashurama, Rama, Balarama, Buddha, and Dwapara Yuga end, he has appeared as Krishna. In Kali Yuga, he has appeared as his holy name. Kali Yuga, he has appeared as holy name. Krishna is so kind, especially in this age, that he has appeared in the transcendental vibration of his holy name. So it is very important. In Bhagavad Gita, he says, of sacrifices, I am the chanting of the holy name, Japa. Of sacrifices, 10.25, Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that of all the sacrifices we are doing, I am the chanting of the holy name. And D for diet, prasadam. So prasad means food should be eaten after offering to the Lord Krishna with love and devotion. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, Patram Pushpam Palantoyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati Tada Bhakti Upartam Asnami Prayatatmana. If one offer me flower or fruit or leaf or water with devotion, the word is devotion. With love, if you offer, then Lord will accept. And also next verse he said, Yet karosi, yet jasnasi, yet jugosi darasi, yet tapasvasi kaunteya, tat kurushva maddarpanam. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever sacrifice you perform, you do it as an offering to me. So very important. So whatever we eat, if you offer to the Lord, then we get the mercy of the Lord. We get prasad. Like if we go to the temple, we get prasad. We get occasionally in 6 months once, 3 months once. But every day, if you offer the food to the Lord, then you get the mercy of the Lord, the blessings of the Lord. Srila Prabhupada is saying, like if a person having tuberculosis, it is like a contagious disease. If you eat in the same plate, you will also get tuberculosis. You will be infected. Same way, when you offer the food to the Lord and the Lord takes the prasad, you offer the bhoga. When you eat that prasad, you will also be infected with love of God. It's a very positive thing. You just get love of God very easily. Prabhupada said, this tongue is our enemy. This tongue can make our life miserable. Like it tries to be uncontrolled. They say a 6-inch tongue can kill a 6 feet man, or a 6 centimeter tongue can kill a 6 feet man. So it's because it's sometimes uncontrolled. We eat so much and then we get so much diseases. And also they say the tongue is without a bone, but it has the capacity to break our bones. By uttering some wrong words at wrong place, we may get beaten up by people. So the tongue is a very powerful thing for 2 things. One is for tasting and for vibration, for talking. So if this tongue is our enemy, then we can make the tongue as a friend by engaging this tongue in the Lord's service. The same tongue can be used to chant the Lord's name for chanting the Lord's name. That is a solution. And the same tongue can be used to honor the prasad which is offered to the Lord. By doing that, two things, our life will become easily successful. By chanting the Lord's name and by tasting the prasad. Very simple process. So A, B, C, D. Association, books, chanting and diet. So this apply positive treatment. Association, books, chanting and diet. So if at all you are not accustomed in offering food and all to the Lord, you can start like monthly one time, 2 times, then weekly one time, like that. So gradually you can cultivate the habit of offering it to the Lord. So that is for food, for the diet. And for association, you need to associate with the devotees, and books you should read regularly like the scriptures, and then you have to do chanting. So we have seen 4 types of yoga: Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. In that Bhakti Yoga, Yoginam api sarvesham adgate antaratam. Bhakti Yoga is the topmost. Krishna is declaring the 6th chapter. So how we can practice this Bhakti Yoga at home? No need to, even if you cannot go to the temple. If you're going to temple is fine. If you cannot go, still you can practice Bhakti Yoga at home along with your family members. A family that prays together stays together. Action in Krishna consciousness, the practical aspect of spirituality is ABCD. Every day you need to implement this ABCD principle. Associate with saintly people or devotees who are striving to purify themselves and to connect to God. Read everyday scriptures like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam with alone or with your family members. With family members always recommended. Chant the holy name of the Lord every day to purify yourself and connect to the Lord. And the diet is for, you should take sattvic food which is offered to the Lord as a bhoga and take a honor as a prasadam. If we follow this ABCD, our life will very swiftly change and we will become spiritual. We will experience peace, happiness. We will feel kind of protection. We will feel the mercy of the Lord, and we will feel the guidance of the Lord in our day-to-day life. So, as an overall summary, we can see there is a Lord, God, Creator. He is a person. He has a beautiful form. He is having intelligence, and he has a lot of energies. Through his energies, he is creating a material world and spiritual world. The soul is also the energy of the Lord. Soul is also eternal, full of knowledge and full of happiness. So through yoga, we connect to the Lord, and the mutual reciprocation between the soul and God is love. And the soul now, it is in the current material world, which is made of matter, which is having 3 modes: Sattoguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. And karma, it is acting the action and reaction here. And by time, this goodness and matter is getting influence. So this is kind of summary. Basically, we see, maybe we may like this philosophy or not. Maybe, see, Bhagavad Gita philosophy is like that. We may like or we may not like, but God's instruction is like very clear in Bhagavad Gita. This is how we should live. And our way may be different. The whole Bhagavad Gita, if you see, Arjuna was taking a different way. Arjuna said, I will not fight. I will not fight, my Lord. My relatives are there. My father, grandfather, everybody is there. I will not fight. But Krishna said, you should fight. So then Arjuna don't want to fight. So he is giving a lot of arguments in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. Then finally he is confused, and then he is surrendering to the Lord and saying, Sishyaste aham swadimam tam prapannam. I am surrendering to you. Tell me what is good for me. Then the Lord is giving the entire Bhagavad Gita from the 2nd chapter, telling that you are not this body, you are spirit soul, you are my Amsa, you are not going to kill anybody. Their body is only going to be killed. They will get another body now. And this is for a fight between Dharma and Adharma. And Dharma should be established in the society. That's why I have incarnated Sambhavami, Yuga, Yuga, and everything is explaining. And the 18th chapter, in the close of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is replying to Arjuna is replying to Krishna that that he is heard. Nashto moho smritir labdva. Arjuna is telling to Krishna, Nashto moha smritir labdva means, after hearing the whole Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is Arjuna is telling, Nashto moha, my moha is gone now. Nashto moha smritir labdva means my memory is regained by your instruction. And he is seeing Arjuna. Arjuna is seeing Krishna. Krishna is not smiling. Then Arjuna is perplexed, seeing why I am saying very good things, why Krishna is not smiling. Then he is adding the second line. Nashto moho smritila tat prasadat maya achyuda. It is only by your mercy, my Lord. By your mercy only my moha is gone and I regain my memory. Then again he is seeing Krishna. Krishna is not smiling. Nashto moho smritir labdha tat prasadam Sito mehi sate gande, sata gande means I am regained in my original position. Then also he is saying, seeing Krishna is not smiling. Then he is giving the last line of that verse, Karishyeya Vasanam Tava, I will act according to your instruction. Then Krishna is smiling. So the whole Bhagavad Gita is targeting towards the soul that we have to act according to God's instruction. If you want to make God happy, smiling him, we have to act according to his instruction. So Bhagavad Gita is giving such beautiful instruction, how to act according to his instruction. That is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. So Arjuna told, I will fight now, according to your instruction. Nashto moho smritirabdha tat prasadat maya. Sito asmi sata gata sandehe karishyeya vasanam tava. I will act according to your instruction. So that is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita is, we have to please God by following his instruction. When God becomes happy with our activities and efforts, in turn, he will reciprocate us and make our life full of happiness. That happiness is beyond our sensual happiness. So what is life? They say it is from B to D. B means from birth to death. This is our life. We start from a point called B and we at the end at a time called D, death. But what is between B and D? It is C. What is a C? It is choice. So every moment between this journey of birth and death, we have choices. Life is not a series of chance. We are not here by chance. Whatever happened in our life is not by chance. No. But because of the choices we made in this life and the previous life, that is what we are getting now. So our life is full of choice. Now it is up to us, like how we want to make our life. What is the choice? We need to make our life. The choice is like what you are is God's gift. Whatever we are is God's gift now to you. What you become is your gift to God. How we become, how we want to make, give happiness to God is our gift to God. So this is a mutual reciprocation. We try to make God happy by our activities, by following his instruction. God is trying to make our life happy because he's so happy with us. So he is giving happiness. This is the mutual reciprocation. So without this kind of exchange of love and service, we can experience only material happiness, which is temporary and mixed with misery. But when we go to the spiritual platform, then we get unending happiness by mutual reciprocation. The soul is loving and serving God. In fact, the God is so loving that he was willing to become a charioteer of his devotee. Such a menial position, the Lord became as a charioteer. So the Lord also will reciprocate to the devotee. Bhagavan, Bhakta, and the bridge connecting between Bhagavan and Bhakta is Bhakti. It is very important. So what you are is God's gift to you. What you become is your gift to God. So the ultimate goal of life is to reach God, to go back to home, back to garden. So if you follow the instruction, follow the spiritual life sincerely and seriously, we can quit this life peacefully and happily. At the same time, after quitting this life, no need to come back to this material world. We can go back to our original home, spiritual world, for an eternal life of happiness. So ultimately, to know the world, this world, we have so many things. To know the world, first we should know ourselves. Who are we? Where are we? Why have we come here? So we should know that we are spirit soul, part of parcel of God. And we are all anxious to change this world. This world is having so many problems, challenges. So if you want to change the world, first we have to change ourselves. Without changing ourselves, we cannot change the world. So Prabhupada changed himself and he was able to give this wonderful knowledge to us. So when we follow this, we will be empowered by God and we will become an instrument in the God to change this world. Like Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change which you want to see, which you wish to see in this world. We don't want to change our family members, our wife, our children. No. First of all, we should change. We should know who we are and we should put efforts to change ourselves. So to change the world, you have to change ourselves. There is no other shortcut except this formula. It's the only formula to change is we have to change ourselves. So this is a very short video for 2 minutes. After this,
there are three basic views of the world we live. One is the very materialistic view, wherein people see the world as the only real reality. Others is a Mayavad view, that the world is an illusion. And the third is the Vaishnava view, that the world is the sacred property of God. It is real, but it is temporary in its manifestations. If this world is the only reality, then who cares? If we become millionaires and billionaires, it really doesn't matter how many people suffer, because ultimately it's about me. That's the world is the only reality. And if the world is an illusion, then let's just meditate and get out of this contaminated, filthy world forever and let people do whatever they want with it. I'm out. But this Vaishnava philosophy, this Gita philosophy, is such an incredible key to the future of life, both in this world and beyond. In order to actually go beyond and actually get out of this world and attain prema and go to Krishna's abode, we have to, while in this world, treat it as God's sacred property and treat every living being as God's sacred children.
So this is how we started with the first session. How we can achieve the real happiness is connecting with the Lord, treating everything as God's sacred property, and following spiritual life along with our material life, like a parallel track of the train. One is material life, parallelly we have to take spiritual life. And spiritual life, we need to take association, regularly read books, chanting, and follow diet of prasad. So by that, we can achieve the real happiness in this world, and also after quitting this world, we can go back to the spiritual world. So by connecting with the Supreme Lord, one can have divine intelligence, will get guidance, intelligence, a steady mind required for peace and happiness. So based on Bhagavad Gita 2.66. So very important. We need to be always constantly be connected to the Lord. And this Hare Krishna Mahamantra means connecting to the Lord. We say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There are no rules to chant this mantra. You can chant at any place, at any time, sleeping or sitting, walking, cooking, bathing, anytime you can do. There are no restrictions, there are no rules, but every time you chant this mantra, you are automatically connecting to the Lord, because the Lord's name is not different from the Lord. There is no difference between the Lord and the Lord's name. Because the tongue is there, we have time and energy. It's only our desire whether we want to chant the Lord's name. By chanting, we get connected to Him, we get purified within ourselves, and also we get back to Him. So this chanting is a very simple and sublime process to develop in our spiritual life and go back to God. So whatever knowledge we have shared all these 6 days is because of the causeless mercy of His divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So he was a person who was given this Bhagavad Gita's knowledge. Whatever you get so much clarity is because of him. Because he, at the age of 70, he left to America in a cargo ship without money. Without any money, just to spread the knowledge of Gita as per his spiritual master instruction. He left at the age of 70. But normally 70 years, we are all in the easy chair in our retirement stage, within our home, checking our blood pressure and sugar. But he left in a cargo ship, traveled 40 days to America, because his spiritual master instructed him that you have to give this Bhagavad Gita knowledge to English-speaking people. So he went to New York in a cargo ship, and then he did not have any money, any support. He landed there penniless, and there he went to the park, and he was chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and he had Bhagavatam set with him. Slowly, there were a lot of hippies. Hippies means who are drug addicts. They were in the park. They came and listened to the chanting, and they were associating with a sadhu, and they become exemplary Vaishnavas. So there were article in newspaper also that hippies turned into happies. So they all become wonderful Vaishnavas. They taken the devotional service, and with that he established his first temple in 1966 in New York, first temple. But between 70 to 82 years, within this 12 years of span, he traveled the world 14 times all around the world. He visited almost every country, and he opened personally 108 temples all around the world. France, Germany, Italy, Europe, South America, North America, Japan, everywhere he opened temples, 108 temples as a single person with the support of his disciples. He had more than 10,000 disciples for him. from 70 to 82, 108 temples. He opened a vegetarian restaurant called Govinda's. He started Gurukul to give spiritual education to children. Festivals, he started initiating festivals, initiated a lot of disciples, and he has written a lot of books, more than 80 volumes of books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, whatever was in Sanskrit, he translated into English so that every common man can get benefit. And hardly he was sleeping every day 2 hours in the night time because he was so much in service. He slept 2 hours a day, and he traveled tirelessly around the world and given this message. And today ISKCON is having more than 800 temples all around the world. In Middle East, in Kuwait also we have congregation. We have weekly programs, satsang, where we are associating with the devotees. As I said, association is the key. So we are associating with the people who are striving to develop love for God and learn Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, associate with devotees, have prasadam, have get together, have good time together, and develop spiritually. So ISKCON is spread throughout Middle East and all over the world. Any country you go, there is an ISKCON temple and there are devotees from all the nationalities, and you get a wonderful prasadam, vegetarian prasadam anywhere in the temple, anywhere in the world. So programs are happening. You are also welcome to participate if you are like desiring to have peace and happiness in your life, and also to get a purposeful and meaningful life. You can associate, learn more, practice more, get guidance, and develop spiritually, and ultimately you can get success in your life. Material life one day will finish like a dream, but spiritual life will stay for you forever. So this is what about Srila Prabhupada. He revolutionized everyone's heart by giving this wonderful process of Krishna consciousness through the teachings of Srimad Bhagavat Gita, and he established who God is, who am I, and where I am, and how to go back to God, and how to get an eternal life of bliss and happiness. So he has given us a path, he has given us the resources to practice, and he has given us a very easy process to practice. So request whoever participated here, thank you for your time and giving your valuable time in attending this journey of self-discovery course. I hope this might have given you some kind of enlightenment and inspiration to make some changes in your life. It's very simple. Spiritual life is all about ABCD, associating with the right people, reading the scriptures, chanting the holy name of the Lord, and offering and accepting prasadam which is offered to the Lord. It will make a drastic changes in your life for a positive life with peace and happiness. And this can be, once you experience this yourself, when you implement, then you can share it with your friends also, as we are doing now. Hare Krishna. So thank you all very much for giving your time. So today we have taken a little more time because this was the last session and so much things to be discussed now, to be given. Hare Krishna. So we'd like to sincerely thank everyone for attending this presentation. And I personally feel that you are all very blessed and fortunate people for coming in contact with this pure teachings of Bhagavad Gita. And definitely the Lord will bless you for your endeavors. Hare Krishna. So if you have any kind of doubts, you can unmute and ask any doubts, questions, or comments, or any other. You can express it now. Hare Krishna. Ramakrishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So
Very
you are
very
able
nice,
to.
very nice session. It gives a very clear clarity for those who are not maybe believers, or even if they want not accepting also. It's easy way of expressing. We can share with others also. It's really good, and we are very fortunate to get it from you. Thank you. Very nice session. And especially today, it's from the beginning, it's a collection of all these sessions. It's like, collecting all these points from the previous weeks, and today also it's very nice. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I hope there is no questions or queries with whatever presented so far, all these 6 sessions. I think everybody got the message.
Prabhuji, actually, I have a question regarding reading the books.
Yes.
So first of all the 6 presentations are really good. Like even if a person is not having much knowledge about this consciousness, they can understand very well about who I am and what I need to achieve through all these 6 presentations are excellent. And regarding like reading the books, now which one I can start actually? I know little bit about all this Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita, all this, but which one I should start reading first?
Yes, Mataji. So if you actually, there are some set of books in the sequence of order to be read. There are some small books to be read, which will give some foundation. Then we can read Bhagavad Gita. Once we read Bhagavad Gita as a basic study, then we can go for Srimad Bhagavatam. So there are some little basic books which we need to study to understand this overall philosophy in much more clear way, because we are just only given a glimpse of whatever the overall philosophy is about. So if you are in touch with us, we can give you like, Mataji, you are from India or in Kuwait?
From India.
From India. So you know anybody here? Like you have any contact with any devotees here? Like
Yes. My
through...
sister-in-law she's there in Kuwait. Actually, from them only I get to know about this one.
Who is that?
Suresh and Vani.
Okay. So they can contact me. We can give them the like what kind of books we should read. That there is a sequence of books to be read regularly. So we can suggest that one, and based on that you can read Mataji. And time being, you can read Bhagavad Gita also. Bhagavad Gita as it is by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. There's an introduction section for like 38 pages. You can just read like 5 pages, 10 pages every day according to your time availability. How much you can give time, I'm not aware of that, but you can spend some time trying to understand. And if you can contact some devotees, they can explain, like in your circle, you are living in which place? India? Bangalore. Yes, Bangalore. We have some ISKCON temples there, big temple, and there's a small temple.
Yes.
If you can associate with them, no, they can also guide you further in your spiritual progress. Like we are going to school, we are getting guidance from the college, like that. We need to kind of associate with some people who are already developed in this Krishna consciousness, so they can show you the way forward. So that will be very helpful. Of course, you can do everything from your home, but time to time you can take guidance even by through phone or something like that. And when you are getting time as a family, you can visit the temple.
Okay. Thank you.
Correct. Thank you, Mata. Thank you for your question. So any other questions?
Prabhuji, I am also from Bangalore.
Yes, Mataji. So you can also associate. Yeah, you can also associate.
I am with you people now. All classes I am attending.
Yeah, very good. You are already getting a lot of association through online.
From Kuwait.
Yeah, very good. So similarly, please, Mataji, you continue your association. And there will be a lot of centers there in Bangalore also, where they are taking these classes like Bhakti Riksha, like that. So you can keep in contact with them for further guidance and support. Also, you can keep in touch with Kuwait devotees also, attend these classes, and it will help you a lot for your spiritual progress. It will greatly benefit you.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you for the information.
Thank
But
you, Mataji.
ISKCON temple from my place is near Marthahalli, HAL. Okay, from
Okay.
here,
Oh.
that ISKCON temple is more than 27 kilometers far away. That is Banashankari.
Oh, okay.
Before
So,
joining to Kuwait, this association, I used to go there once in a month. Now I
okay.
got a friend by name Gayatri. She has gone to Italy. So no, so I feel very this thing to go all alone and moreover now I can't go because of this COVID also.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, understood, Mataji. So,
Like that
the Lord
only
will
I.
arrange it. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji. Like that
Lord
only
will.
I joined in Kuwait Association.
Very happy to hear that, Mataji. So, definitely the Lord, because of your sincere desire, He will arrange something very soon. That's what I feel. Because when the desire is there, He will make all the arrangements. We only need to desire. He will work out the plan, procedure, everything. So He will arrange, and I think definitely, even the temple is far away, in your local area, there will be some Bhakti Vriksha classes.
Yes,
If you keep
Hema
in touch.
Mataji has told me near our
Okay.
place about 8 kilometers far, Whitefield. There is one ISKCON temple is there. She has sent me the details and all. But now I can't go because of COVID.
No problem. No, Mata, it's not, you can settle down, let everything be okay. You also feel relaxed, and because now that situation is not favorable, when everything settles down, then you can associate with them.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you. Your class was very super.
Thank you, Mataji. It's all
And
Prabhupada's
also very
mercy.
inspiring.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
So
Krishna.
whatever.
Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you for your kind words. And so, any other doubts or comments? So we are winding up. So if at all you like any kind of follow-up about associates. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandat pranams, Prabhu.
Dandavat pranam, Prabhuji.
How are you, Prabhu?
Prabhuji,
Long time no see.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Only
But
online.
today I was a little quite fortunate to attend today's class. And it is like a wrap-up class,
Yes,
and I could able to get the whole idea of all whatever previous classes and everything.
Yes, Prabhu.
So because of my timings and other things, I could not able to join all the once in a while I used to join. Thank you for your nice class. It was excellent class.
Thank you, Prabhu. It's all Prabhupada's mercy, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you for giving your valuable time also.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandat pranams, Prabhu.
Dandat, Prabhu.
Manibhushan Krishna Prabhu is there? I think Manibhushan Krishna Prabhu is not there. So we will wind up today's program with all of your kind permission. I will wind up this today's session. And please keep in touch. In the group also you can put some messages and keep in touch with devotees. Out of ABCD, if at all you cannot follow other things, at least association and chanting is very important. That AC will make your bhakti easy. So keep associating with devotees and daily you do your chanting. Eventually everything will fall in place in your future, in coming days. So that's very important. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you all for your time. So we'll end here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Vancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhubhyo cha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Kodi Vaishnav Vrindi ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.